Okay. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Okay. Okay, gotta turn streamer mode. Where's it at? Okay, I think maybe actually got it working here. I don't know why it won't do it on automatic. And I'm not sure yet. Hang on. Which stream I'm using. Well, that's going to have to be good enough. Either work or won't. Alright. We have been working hard on things, building. I've got a lot of the stat boards up, as you can see, for different ships. We've got all kinds of ships around here. I have put in a hangar for construction, ship construction. This is my large factory. I got all tier 1 and tier 2 done. Yeah, maybe not, but I got a lot of it done. And I've started on tier 3 items. I do have it all boarded up so we can see what's going on with a glance without running around like a chicken looking for stuff. Don't have them all set up yet. Everything that's running is set up. So that's something. And it keeps track of everything for me. Isn't that amazing? I have to come down and check them, but everything's on auto, which is great. But if it gets error warnings, it lets me know. Tells me what's running. Tells me how much stock I have on everything. I have parts or assemblies finished, plastics and metal, refined ores, so pretty much tells me everything I need to know. And I got some of the walls up part way, or some of the outside up. As you can see, it's not all done. Takes a lot of work, large core. And of course we got all kinds of ships out here. The ones on this pad are not my creations, although they are my ships. That's Damp House's Dis 19, there's a Prowler, there's Hadron's Polaris. Here's their little Eclipse Warp Shuttle, which we're not going to use today because we actually got to go out and pick up more. And there's Southern Guards Reliant, or Miranda class. I named it the Reliant. And that ship is just cool as hell inside. There's my Infinity or Escape Velocity. And it's all done inside if you would like to take a look real quick before we take off. Everything's automatic. Bridge, engineering, briefing rooms, ready room, captain's quarters. Everything, doors are automatic. These are personal screens. I just haven't put any pictures up yet. Haven't decided if I will, because people will probably want to use their own. Of course, this will be my personal ship. And has quarters for the captain. And we have crew in the mess hall. As you can see, first officer's room, crew, chief engineer, and crew. All on auto doors. And we have engineering. Go down to engineering here. And it is very big, as you can see, and it has all the stat screens up. I don't have the script running, but it will work. And it is showing what's actually in the ship now. There's no damage, all that happy stuff. And of course, lots of engines, 2 overhead, access to all the fuel tanks, and a warp drive. And I didn't get carried away with the bridge on this ship. I really put a quite simple one up here. As you can see, it does have full screens. There's where you engage the lure for the screens. Excellent view. And you can exit off the top of the ship. How about that? This ship is still a work in progress, a discovery. I haven't even blueprinted it yet because it's a long way from done. It's flyable, all that stuff's done. As you can see, this is just, I don't know what you'd call this down here. Some of the tanks, vertical boosters. Wouldn't call it storage, because it's really not storage. I do have the auto ramps on it. And of course, this is the bridge. Now, I only have, as you can see, I only have 4 containers on it, but it'll fit over 16 containers. If you're going to try to put that much weight in it, you're going to have to advance the engines. It has room for 2 more without even changing the look. Plus, it's only got uncommon militaries in it, and you could put advanced or rares to get the thrust up. As you can see, I don't really have the back end done, the end cap on the back. I do have them done on the front. Haven't decided if I'm going to put a ramp, stairs, or just put an elevator from here to way up there. Haven't decided yet, so. But it'll carry what? 2.1, 2.2 with the engines that are in it. 2.2 kilotons. Where the velocity over there do 3.2. But it has 12 engines versus 8. But see, I have room on both of these ventrals to move them over and put in extra engines. So it'll carry 10 easily. And then you would have to upgrade from uncommon military to advanced or maybe rare. It has the same exact space value, 3.7 kilotons as the velocity. It has the same motors in it. It's a little bit lighter than the velocity right now, but that will probably change, or maybe not, because the velocity is completely made out of, carbon fiber, and the velocity has half and half plastic, half carbon fiber, so it's going to be heavy all by itself. We are going to take the Polaris. It's my latest finished build. I finished it. The inside is finished on this one. I actually did the inside. The interior, some of them I don't do, like the Polaris over there. This is the Quasar, and I did the interior. I didn't really have a place to put one large space tank, and you could use one that made it look right, because it was too big to fit across here inside, or I'd had to block this whole area out here with one space tank. So I put in 5 mediums, which is not quite as much fuel, but it's pretty close, and I think it just looks cleaner installation, even though it's, you know. And upstairs we have the warp drive, and there's the helm, and it has a captain's quarters in it, and it's finished with a bathroom, and it has the main screen for the script that gives the captain, when he's back here doing his first mate, he has all the information he needs to go ahead and keep doing his first mate. And then we have the crew quarters. Got double bunks. And the shower. And of course, I did the captain's corner as paneling because, hey, he's got more money. So as you can see, it's I really like this one. And I probably ought to put out here something in the middle besides that little hologram, but I really don't know what I'd put up, so I already have a mission planning bench or table down below, so I don't know what we'll put up here. I guess we could put in a sunken tub, right? Okay, let's open the map. We are going to go out to Matus. So we're going to warp, if it will let me. There it is. And then we're going to, hopefully, I'm not even sure we have our waypoint in yeah, if we have a waypoint in for Matus out there in this ship. If not, we'll add it once we get there, if I can remember how to add it. If not, we'll just go in manually and then set the waypoint up. Okay, we'll go ahead and get in the chair here. Okay. Planet too close, we know that. Oh, we have somebody here. I hate to leave, but we are going to. They popped in while I was showing off, I guess. And there's our swing around to our jump point. We got to get so much away from the planet before we can warp. I just don't feel like taking an hour trip today, so we're going to go ahead and warp. Might as well set this for when we land. And we'll just go. Might as well get some altitude so we can start swinging to our point. instead of burning up in the atmosphere. This ship will lift in its configuration right now about what, 1.7 kilotons, which means roughly about 1.2 kilotons cargo. Roughly about 3 large cargo containers worth of cargo. It's got 2 larges, 2 mediums in it. Let's get on out of the planet. And when it gives us the go, we'll warp out here, and we'll be out there in a few minutes, few seconds. It don't take long. Wow, somebody forgot to put space fuel in it. Huh. That would be me. There's enough that we're not worried about it. Okay, we can warp.
Passengers immobilization starting.
But I should have filled it up. I don't know how I missed that tank.
Warp sequence initiated.
And we will go get them. And we are warping. And it won't take long. Already halfway there. And we're sucking in the asteroids.
Warp sequence completed. Passengers released.
We've been released. Okay, let's see. -1. Well, let's hope that's it. I should have renamed it. Well, hopefully that's the way, Mark. It could be made as 5 set up on, but we'll find out here. Got plenty of Atmo tanks, so. Go, go, go. I've only had this up in the air a couple times. I tested whether it would really get safe mass, all that weight up in the air, and whether it would handle on rolls. A lot of times you don't have enough roll, or it over rolls. You got to play with it to get the adjusters in the right spot. I've done that. So this is its first warp. And this particular data box has old info in it, so I'm not sure where Magus 1 is. With any luck, it will be at the tile we want to go to. If not, well, we won't whine about it. I'll update it once we get to the tile we want to get to. But it's good at rolling. As you can see, it's got the roll down pat. And whatever this marker will be, we're going right to it. Actually, I do believe it's the right place. So I may not even have to update it. And of course, this ship is for sale. Blueprint price is $1 million. Turnkey is $20 million. Token, turnkey, whatever you want to call it. And this is as a cockpit view. Got 2 tiles down here, got iron on them. I think one of them's got quartz on it, the other one's got coal. But yeah, we'll pick it up. We'll get about, I don't know, 50, 60 of each, 60,000 kiloliters. I don't have full flowers set up. I was going to say it's going to miss its target, but it corrected itself. I need to put down thrust on it for these light gravity planets, but I am not going to include it in the blueprint. People can do it the way they want to do it. There's plenty of spots to put 4 extra smalls or 2 smalls, 4 smalls, maybe 2 mediums would be plenty. Just put it on the balance, put both of them on the balance point. Some things I just don't include in blueprints because people prefer to do things their own way. That's why I really don't do a whole lot of interiors. But it's got all kinds of brakes, so it brake lands real easy. I do not use ECUs. I don't crash. I don't see the purpose of having to put them in there and setting them up. Of course, it would parachute land if one wanted to do that. And I guess if you ever got logged out while you're coming in for landing, it'd come in handy as it'd go off automatically. But it's easy enough to control your speed with cruise control coming into atmosphere. And even manually, it's not that tough. To each their own. Everybody has their own way. Some people fly strictly manually. See, both tiles are next to each other. We are on the ground. And that's a Hadron blueprint build for the towers. I just thought it looked really neat, so I bought a couple blueprints for them. So I think it's pretty clean little build. It's offset engines in the back, so it's not all flat. As you can see, they're offset up. It's got advanced militaries for the space engines. It's got one advanced military for Eychimo. The other 4 are uncommon, so you could upgrade it to get it to lift more. Get it to lift more to space. There's plenty of room for more containers. So pretty nifty little build. And if somebody wanted one turnkey, or make their own blueprint, you can put it in different colors. I just have matte white and dark patterned red is what I have it on. And the name comes off of it real easy. People might get upset I put names on them. But you know what? It's real easy to remove with your paint tool. Okay, let's go down here and get some ore out of it. And we have, well, like I say, about 50 kiloliters here. Whoops, let's get to the right container. Now we'll do the calibration. They should be down under 70%. It's about when I do them, 4.5 days. And it does have a script to run to show you what whoops, why is there a render error? There it goes, have to hit it twice. And that's what we're running. So efficiency's still good. But yeah, the percentages are down 68%, 68, so that's about what I figured it was. I have no idea if this one's not quite ready, but we're just going to get it anyway. And we'll deactivate. Let's see, yep. I don't leave them running when I'm not here, and then we'll just go ahead and see if we can't screw the calibrations up. Just for shits and grins. Sometimes it's tough out here for some reason on Mattis to get a calibrate. A good one. I miss them occasionally out here. We're not going to miss this one. And I don't need to do that. I should be able to pick 100% up here. And I do not have max talents for mining. I think I'm all level 3s. I might be level 4s, not sure, but I think I'm 3. I think. We got to keep my industry going. I do not like buying ore. So I do this in asteroids. I do not stream when I'm doing asteroids because I ain't advertising for these boys to jump me. People have asked me to do that and I won't do it. I'm sorry, but people check into your streams and then the next thing you know, you get popped. Enough risk to go do asteroids without streaming it and advertising where you're at. So no, I will never stream when I'm asteroid hunting. Sorry, people. People weren't such jerks, I would do it, but they are basically jerks. And not everybody's a prick, of course. But you always have those that just purposely stream snipe. And though when I go asteroid mining, I just take cheap ships, cargo containers with motors, it's still 500K and there ain't no sense throwing it away so some PvPer can get his rocks off. And I don't complain about it when I get hit. It's not that big a deal to me. Like I say, for what you make asteroid hunting versus what you lose at a cargo container is not. It's well worth losing a couple cargo containers every now and then. And like I say, some people whine about it, but I could care less. You know, I fill up a cargo container with tier 2, tier 3, or tier 4 ore. That 500K they cost me for a flying cargo container is pretty cheap. And you don't get popped that often if you're careful. If you're not stupid about it. There are ways to keep, to lower their ability to catch you. And if they're there, they're there. There's nothing you can do about it. But there ain't no sense advertising where you're going. Well, it's going to get pretty bright down there. I just wonder. Probably not, but we'll check it. Oh, look at that. That was a good thing I checked it. I think that's all of them, isn't it? Yep. Okay, let's go down and pick up rocks because that's the funnest thing in the game is picking up rocks. It's where it's all about. And it won't take us long to pick them up. And rock picking up, I think maybe level 4. I might have be level 3, I don't know. So many talents that are so handy, but you really can't go to max on everything. I'm farthest along on piloting. I have almost all level 5 piloting talents. Most of the buffs I already have level 5. Or most of the ship buffs. And that's because I build them. People don't want to buy ships and get level 2 buffs. So it's always good for the builder to be up in levels. I think I have 5 more talents that aren't level 5. And they'll get there. That's the ones I have queued. The one I'm working on now is tank mass. I have level 4s and it's working on level 5 now to reduce the weight of the mass in the tanks. Which will basically speed the ships up a little bit. And let them carry a little more cargo. 5%'s not all that much, but it adds up. And most of the worlds are just like this one. They are just barren rocks. I don't know what it is. I realize there's really not that many great worlds out there that have pretty scenery, but Haven's a pretty ugly planet. For a starter world, that kind of surprised me. Sanctuary's a lot better looking. But they sent us all to Haven instead. And I'm not one to move around. I think it's silly to move to Alioth and all the lag. People want to be close to Market 6. It takes me about 5 minutes to get to Market 6. I don't go that often. I don't really sell nothing on the market. I have my own dispenser. If people want to come out and buy things, they can. Or if I don't have it set up in dispenser, people can ask me. If I have it, I'll give them a price. Just so much work to do, plus building. I don't have everything set up. But, like I say, I have most all T1 stuff running all the time. Up to whatever I decide I need to keep in stock. It's all on automation. I only make one medium engine. That's the uncommon space engines. I make all the large space engines up to uncommons. I do run advanced once in a while for my own use, but I don't sell advanced. Or I haven't so far anyway. These doors all are auto, but you know what? This doesn't want to let me in. And I could just run over to the other tile, but we'll go ahead and take the ship. We'll go ahead and take it. And hi, Pepper. I just now looked up and seen that you were watching. I have a bad habit of not checking the chat. And I'm really a fan of brake landing, as you can see. Landing like an airplane is, you know, you can do it all right. It's not realistic because there's a reason planes have wheels on them. They don't stop on a dime by hitting the ground. And I could come out here and pick up rocks, of course, but I'm not a big fan of picking up rocks. I did enough of that when I started out. So now I just don't really do it. Okay, everything here is down. I wonder why this one's not. It seems to take longer than it doesn't need it. It's irrelevant. Is that all the same percentage? Now, I just recently started using Lua on everything. It is kind of fun. We're going to miss this one if we aren't careful here. Yep. No clue where it's at. Uh-oh. And it's probably over here, but I am as small as I can make it. So it's going to cost me some ore, but it's only quartz, so I don't really care. I got tons of quartz. And I was wrong anyway. It's not there. So we're just going to go ahead and set it at our highest point. Like I said, it doesn't really... God, yeah, it is way out there in the corner. But it wasn't worth chasing for a few percentage points. Not to me, anyway. Everybody plays differently. And everybody calibrates differently. Everybody claims they have the best way. Who knows? It's possible they're correct. Yeah. But I hit it 3 out of 4 times, at least 75% of the time. Although I have done where I've come out to places and every one of them is screwed up. No lead into it, so if you don't get a lead into it, you really can't hit it except for shit luck. Oh, there's a wonderful one, isn't it? And I just got lucky on the first pull there in the right area, so. Nothing wrong with a little luck. Should be one more. And there is. Okay. Yeah, this is not looking good. Oh, look at that. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes that's all it takes is luck. Okay, let's go get the rocks. Like I say, there's plenty of Skittles out here to pick up. I was so inclined. Maybe one day when I'm completely bored and I happen to be out here. But that's the only way it'll happen. Almost. Okay, it'll be another 4 or 5 days, 5 days before I come back out here. And I will check it in VR before the other station has a VR pad on it, so I can pop out here to check it. But I only do them about once every 5 days. They got to get below 70% before I'll mess with it. Looks like I got it all. Okay. And let's see, we got about 28%. That's pretty average of a tank for 2 containers, 3 containers. 100 and, well, about 130, 140K. Not too bad a haul for 2 tiles. And I only got what I wanted. Mostly iron out of here is what I wanted and what I'm up on. Alright, we're going to go back to, got to go to Ollie off. Can't warp to Haven. And then we'll travel to there. Alright. The eyes have it. Roll it up. And this will be a done deal. And you do have to watch for asteroids when you're taking off, because I have damn near ran into them by not paying attention. And I see two of them now. I think there should be another one somewhere. As you can see, a quite capable little ship, small M-Cord build. A little bit expensive to build for its size, but that's because it is so capable. Some advanced engines. Cost you a little bit more money. Okay, we're ready to warp.
Passengers immobilization starting.
Oh no, we've been strapped.
Warp sequence initiated.
As I say, it doesn't take a whole lot of warp cells to warp this. Unlike the escape velocity, it takes about 47. This one, I think, when it's empty, only takes about 19. That's not too bad for its size and what it'll carry.
Warp sequence completed.
Okay, now we are going to go to Haven.
Passengers released.
And here we go. And I have pretty much been running it on autopilot. I keep an eye on it because I know it will kill you. But if your ship is set up, it really works really well. You have to have enough brakes on it. You have to have enough adjusters on it. And it tells you what safe is for your build. Now that's not always true. See, if it's light on brakes, it will have trouble. If it's light on adjusters, it will have trouble. If it is overweight, it will have trouble. Now, overweight is funny. Arch HUD will call a ship overweight when it's quite capable of carrying the weight. The trouble is the autopilot can't keep up with the weight. It's too sluggish for the weight. So if you fly it manually, you can stretch the figures. Like this one's rated normal gravity, I think 1.7 kilotons. It'll actually do 2. I've had it up with 2. Had it in space with 2. But autopilot goes nuts if you try to force it at 2. So if you get over safe mass, regardless of what you're doing, put it in manual and save yourself a crash. And not that it might not recover, but it's going to scare the shit out of you, so you might as well do it manually. If you're exceeding the safe limits in autopilot, put it in manual and fly it manually. And I also have bloom turned off in the game. If I turned on bloom, you could not even look at the back of this ship. It's so bright. They really have the coloring in this game all screwed up. And yes, we're getting low on fuel on the tanks. On the one tank. But it's only one engine. 2 engines. No, each engine is on a separate tank. So one of them I missed when I filled it up. I don't know how I did that. So even if we lose an engine, it's not going to hurt us. But we've got enough to get where we're going. But yeah, see how the center tank, space 3, is on the boosters? The other 4 tanks each have its own engine. Like I say, they are advanced militaries, so they do burn quite a bit of fuel. And I just didn't like how I had to try and put a large tank in there. One large would have been plenty, and would have been more than enough fuel. More fuel than it carries now. But I just couldn't stick it in this ship and make it look good. Or it didn't look good to me. It was just too big for the size of the ship. Unless they said run it down the center, and it really looked like shit to me. But we have plenty of fuel in that one tank for that motor to stay running while we come in the atmosphere. And like I say, I did fill it up the last time I had it out for a test run afterwards, and somehow I missed a tank. Not sure how I did that. Such is life. And I do not have a script running. Wrong button. So they're not updating. You have to have a script running for it to update, and I did not turn it on. And that's what the board there is for. If I'd have pressed it, it would be updating the script. And the tankage and everything, and cargo. And you can't engage it when you're in the seat. You have to get out of the seat to hit it. Now I get really good frame rates as long as I'm away from alley off. I get to alley off and it is just so badly optimized around there that it really chops off the frame rates. Doesn't matter where else I go, even markets, it doesn't care. But when it gets up, even ollie off all by itself is shitty frame rates compared to the rest of the areas. And I'm sure that's a worldwide phenomenon. It's not just Market 6. The whole planet is not very optimized. And that didn't take us very long to run out there and calibrate those 8 units to pick up the ore. And sometimes I just fly out manually. Don't use the warp drive. Save you some credits. See, it looks like there's supposed to be water down there from space, but there ain't no water. And we are back. See if I can get this swung around before we hit the ground. Nope. Yep. Close enough. Yeah. And we are home, Daddy. Whoops, wrong door. I don't want to go to the bathroom. Alright, we'll go plop this stuff down in the factory. Don't need it up top, the smaller ones. I need a big hole up here where I can just drop it down a funnel. One of these days I will get all the walls up. And this is all tier 1. Whoops, wrong way, Ed. Whoops. You mean that one's full? Look at that. We got a full container down here. Like I said, I got so much quartz. That one ain't full. Looks like we're about there. Got everything accomplished today that I wanted to get accomplished. Let's see. I got room for quartz. Might as well stick it in there. All right, I guess we're done. We got more to work to do on this one, of course. I do have a discontinued ship, discounted, down in the showroom. Old Pulsar. This one on the end, 5 million credits. All ready to go. 2 large containers. Only sell a token, no longer sell the blueprints. This is the only, all these other ships are listed outside, so I don't have boards up. This is the Tempest Advance. Same, it's built off the Tempest, just has more capabilities. It's got more engine in it. Not more engines, just more engine. They're upgraded to advanced versus standard. Alright, that looks like that's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we're going to shut this down. Yes, we are. Whoops. Alright, guys.